morning, students. Now in this class we are going to talk about functions. In these functions, what are the various types of user-defined functions? Okay. See here, in previous class we have studied about what is a function, what is the need of a function, what are the two types of functions, that is predefined and user-defined. In the predefined we have like printf, scanf, clr, ser, get, ch, all the functions that are defined by the language developers, so we can call it as a predefined. Whereas in second category, user defined. Along with those, what is the need of a functions, like modular programming, reduction of source code, and easier debugging, code reusability. These are some of the needs of functions. And at the same time, what are the differences between user defined function and predefined function? And after that we have studied about three elements of user defined functions. Okay, those three elements are function declaration, function definition, function call, along with syntax of a function, how we are going to represent a function, that is return type, function name, arguments list, within the brackets I am going to write some block of codes, and how it is example. Then what is the function declaration and syntax, and function definition, how we are going to write the function definition, and again the syntax, again function call, what is the function call, what is the syntax of function call, that is function name with parameters. All these are the topics covered in the previous class. Now in this class we are going to focus on types of user defined functions. Okay, see in this types of user defined functions, or we can say categories of user defined functions. Here generally a function may or may not accept the any arguments. Sometimes it may accept, sometimes it may not accept. At the same time, it may or may not return any value. Sometimes we are using return type, sometimes we are not using any data type. Based on these characteristics, we are going to divide the user defined functions are four types, that is function without arguments and without return value, and the second category is function without arguments and with return value, and next third one is function with arguments and without return value, fourth one is function with arguments and with return value. See, we are going to see one by one how it works. Generally, first one is function without arguments and without return value, or simply we can say function with no arguments and with no return value. Here in this case we are not using any arguments, that is within the brackets, and at the same time we are not using any return type, that is a data type, before the function name. See, in this category no arguments are passed from calling function to the called function, and no values are returned from called function to calling function. It means there is no data transfer from the calling function to the called function and a called function to the calling function. In this category where we have one example, like first here, first of all we are going to write the header file, that is hash include-dio.h. So it is a simple example for calculation of sum of two numbers. We are going to take two numbers, we are going to calculate the two numbers sum. So initially where we are going to declare a function, before the main only we are going to declare a function. Here void main. So before main we have void, before main we have void sum. So it is a sum is a function declaration. Okay, see what is the syntax for function declaration. Generally we have return type and a function name, within the brackets we are going to write the arguments list. But here it is the example for without arguments and without return value. So here we are not using any arguments. Okay, that's why void sum, in the brackets I am not returning any arguments, and without return value means before the sum I have written void. Why? Because void is nothing but it will not return any value. So void is a data type, it should not return any value. That's why I am going to use the void. It means before the function name, if I use void means it means I am not returning any value. That's why simply I kept void. Okay, void sum. Then generally C program starts with main function, void main. I am going to write one statement, that is printf. One statement, that is we are going to calculate the sum of two numbers. Again I have written one function call, that is sum. it is a function call. How can we say it is a function call? See, what is the syntax for function call? That is a function name. Within the brackets I am going to write the arguments. Here it is the example for without arguments, so simply I have written sum. See, whenever there is a function call in the program, see here what will happen is the cursor automatically will go to the function definition. It will execute the statements that are present in the function definition. Then the cursor will again come back to the function call. See here the function call is sum. See what will happen whenever there is a function call, then automatically the cursor will go to the function definition. Here function definition is void sum. Okay, here void sum. Within the bracket I have not written any arguments. Why? Because without arguments now. So what is a function definition? Function definition means it is the actual code. Here I am going to take two variables, that is a comma b. I am going to enter the two values from the keyboard and reading the values from the keyboard only. So that is enter two numbers, percentage d, ampersand a, ampersand b. Here I am going to print the sum. Printf sum equal to sum is percentage d a plus b. Here for example I have I have given two values, two numbers, that is 10, 24. So the sum is 34. Okay, after execution of the function definition, the cursor will go to the again called function function call. Okay, so after the function call there is no statement, so finally the output will print, that is sum is 34. Okay, it is the example for function without arguments and without return value. And the second category is function without arguments and with return value. Okay, so it is the case we are not writing any arguments after the function name in the brackets, but we are going to return the value. That means I am going to mention the data type. Okay, see here in this one no arguments are passed from calling function to called function, but values are returned from called function to the calling function. It means there is no data transfer from calling function to the called function, but there is a data transfer from called function to the calling function. In this example I have mentioned before the main I have written int sum. Here what is a int? Int is a returning value. Okay, here why I should kept integer means int means here my program is calculation of two integer numbers. Okay, obviously the sum will return, sum is a integer, so I am going to take int as a return type, int sum. Within this after sum I have written any arguments. Why? Because it is a example for without arguments and with return value. Okay, so here int sum, it is a function declaration. Where should I declare a function declaration? Where should I mention function declaration? It is above the main, that is main, after main only, before the main only. So for that one I have written function declaration. Again as usual void main. See here I am going to take one variable called result. Why should I take one variable called result is I am going to calculate the sum. That sum should be stored into the result variable. So that's why I have taken result. Here I am going to take one printf statement, that is I am going to calculate the sum of two numbers. Then result equal to sum. So it is a function call. Okay, whenever there is a function call, automatically the cursor will go and execute the function definition. Okay, what is the function definition? See here under we have int sum. Okay, within the brackets I have not written any arguments. Why? Because without arguments, this is a program for without arguments. Okay, so here I should mention before the sum int. Why? Because it should return an integer value. So here as usually I am going to take two variables, that is a comma b. I am going to read from the keyboard. Okay, finally return a plus b. Okay, for example I have written a value 10, b value 24. So what is the a plus b? 34. I am going to returning the 34. After execution of the function definition, a cursor is automatically will go to the function call. Okay, here what is the function call? Function call should be in a main function only. Result equal to sum. Okay, what is a sum? Sum is a 34. That should be stored into a result. Okay, again what statement I have written? Printf percentage d result. I am going to print the result. Okay, that's all. So it is the program for function without arguments and with return value. And the next one, the third category is function with argument and without return value. Here I am going to take argument. but I have not using any return value. I have not using without returning any value means it is void. Okay. See, in this category, arguments are passed from calling function to called function, but no values are returned from called function to the calling function. It means data transfer from calling function to the called function, but there is no data transfer from called function to the calling function. Okay. Here, function declaration is void sum. Within the brackets, I have written arguments int comma int. It means what is the syntax for arguments? Generally, data type followed by variable name. Here int comma int means I am going to take two variables, that is int a comma int b. Okay. Again main, before main, that is it is a function declaration. Okay. Main, again I am going to take three variables a, b, result. Okay. So again I am going to write one printf statement. In that printf I am going to write one statement called calculation of sum of two numbers. Again I am going to enter the two numbers reading from the keyboard, that is printf enter two numbers. Again scanf. Here sum of a comma b, it is a function call. Okay, sum of a comma b, it is a function call. How can we say it is a function call? See, function name, within the brackets I have arguments. This program is example for arguments now, with arguments without return value. So that's why I have written sum of a comma b. So it is a function call. Whenever there is a function call, automatically the cursor will go and execute the function definition. What is the function definition? Void sum int a comma int b. So void sum int a comma int b. It means int a comma int b is a arguments with arguments. Okay. Void means without returning any value. In the function declaration, simply I am going to print the sum of a b. See, what is the sum of AB? For example, if I have given some value 10, A value 10, B value 20. So sum is 30. Okay, that's all. It is the example for function with argument and without return value. Then fourth category is function with argument and with return value. This program we have studied in previous class itself. That is addition of two numbers. See, in this category, arguments are passed from calling function to the called function, and the values are returned from called function to the calling function. It means there is a data transfer from calling function to the called function and called function to the calling function. Okay, here I am going to write the arguments along with return value. Okay, here the function declaration is int sum of int comma int. Here int comma int is a arguments. Before the function name sum, I should return integer, that is int sum. Again, as usual, void main. So I am going to take three variables, that is a, b, result. Again, I am going to enter the two values, that is reading from keyboard, printf, scanf. Again, here result equal to sum of a comma b. It is a function call. Okay, what is a sum of a comma b? It is a function call now. So whenever there is a function call occur, automatically the cursor will go and execute the function definition. What is the function definition? See, int sum int a comma int b. Here int sum int a comma int b means this is an example for function with argument. So that's why int a comma int b, and with return value, that's why int sum. Okay. So in the function definition, there is a statement called return a plus. That means I am going to add the a comma b values. That value should be returned. Okay. So after execution of the function definition, the cursor will go to the function call. Okay. So what is the sum? If I will give sum of a comma b, a value 10, b value 20, then what will happen? The sum is 30. See, automatically the sum will be stored in the result. So again, I am going to print that sum. Sum is percentage decom result. Okay. So this is the example program for function with argument and with return value. Okay. Then in the concept of these functions, there is a term called calling function and called function. See, calling function is nothing but it is a function call. Okay, at the same time, function definition we can call it as a called function. Okay, next one is we have function parameters or arguments, like or parameter passing techniques in C. When a function gets executed in the program, what will happen is the execution control is transferred from calling function to the called function, and execute the function definition, and finally come back to the calling function. When the execution control is transferred from calling function to the called function, it may carry some values or data values. Okay, these values we can call it as a parameters. Simply, parameters are the data values that are passed from calling function to the called function. Generally in C there are two types of parameters are there, actual parameters and formal parameters. Generally the actual parameters are parameters which are present in the function call are called actual parameters. They can be expressions or constants or address or variable, whatever it may be. Whereas function formal parameters are nothing but the parameters which are present in the header of the function definition are called formal parameters. They can be either variables or it can be a pointer variables. Okay. Next, one more thing is we should note one thing: actual and formal parameters must match exactly in type, order, and number. Their names do not need to match. Okay, see here there is a parameter parsing techniques. Okay, generally there are two ways of passing parameters to the function. They are call by value, or we can say pass by value, call by reference, or pass by reference. Okay, it is the example for call by value. See, what is a call by value? The process of passing the values of actual parameters to the formal parameters is known as call by value. In this technique, the values of actual parameters are copied into the formal parameters and the operation is done on the formal parameters. Any changes made to the formal parameters does not affect the actual parameters because formal parameters are photocopy of actual parameters. In C language, call by value is the default parameter passing technique. It is an example for swapping of two numbers. Okay, here where I am going to take one function definition, that is void swap. Within the brackets I am going to take two parameters, that is int a comma int b. Again I am going to take one variable temp, int temp. Again the logic for swapping of two numbers is temp equal to a equal to b equal to temp. Okay, generally we are going to write the function definition is before the main function or above the main function, whatever it may be. Here I have written the above the main. Okay, again we are going to start with the main function. A equal to 10, b equal to 10 at what 200. Sorry, b equal to 100, b equal to 200. Our program is swapping of two numbers. That is, after swapping, a value will become 200, b value will become 100. So again, CLR SCR to clear the screen. Swap a comma b. So here we are going to pass the values to the function. Here swap a comma b. It means it is a function call. Whenever there is a function call, it will go and execute the function definition. Okay. See, after execution of the function definition, again control come back to the call function call and execute the remaining statement, that is printf value of a. After swapping, value a equal to 200. Again value b, after swapping, value is 100. Okay, so it is a call by value. Then call by reference. See, what is meant by call by reference? See here, the process of passing the address of a actual parameters to the formal parameters is known as call by reference. Okay, see, in this technique the address of the actual parameters are copied into the formal parameters. Any changes made to the formal parameters can affect the values of actual parameters. In this technique, actual parameters are addresses of variables and formal parameters are pointer type of variables. Okay, here in this example I am going to take same addition swapping of two numbers. So void swap, here within the brackets I have taken two arguments, that is point call by reference. So that's why I have taken int star a comma int star b. Okay, again swapping of two numbers. Int temp is a variable. The logic is temp equal to star a equal to star b equal to temp. It is a logic for swapping of two numbers. Again void main, a equal to 100, b equal to 200. There is a function called swap ampersand a ampersand b. Here we are going to pass the address, passing a value to the function. Here passing address, ampersand a means address. Okay, whenever there is a function call, automatically it will go and execute the function definition. See here, what are the statements we have written in the function definition? Swapping of two numbers. After execution of the function definition, again the control come back to the function call and it will execute the remaining two statements, that is printf first a value of a means 200, b means 100. Okay, it is a function swap a comma ampersand b is a function call. Okay, here we are going to pass the not value, address. Here passing a value, it is not a value. Here we are going to pass the address. Okay, here by mistake it have written value. It is not value, passing address to the function. Okay, so it is a call by value and call by reference. So what are the differences between call by value and call by reference? See, call by value means when a function is called, the value of actual parameters are passed, whereas call by reference, when a function is called, the address of the actual parameter are passed. If you take call by value, formal parameters contain the value of actual parameters, whereas call by reference, formal parameters contain the address of the actual parameters. Whereas if you take call by value, execution is slower since all the values of actual parameters have to be copied into the formal parameters. Whereas in the call by reference, execution is faster. Why? Because only addresses are copied. Okay, so it is a call by value, call by reference. These two are the parameter passing techniques. Then coming to recursion. Generally, recursion is a process by which a function call itself repeatedly until some specified condition has been satisfied. See, for example, n factorial that equal to n into n minus 1 factorial. Okay. Recursive function is a function that calls itself again in the body of the function, or we can say recursion is a process by which a function call itself repeatedly until some specified condition has been specified. Here there is one example, like void recurs. Again in the brackets there is some C language statements. Again I have one more function that is recurs. Again here what will happen, whenever there is a function call, automatically it will go and execute that corresponding function, that is the recurs. Again it will go and execute the recurs, void recurs. Again we have recurs. Again it will go and execute the recurs, like this. For example, if you want to calculate the factorial of 4 into factorial of 3. See, if you want to calculate the factorial of 3 equal to 3 into factorial of 2, and factorial of 2 equal to 2 into factorial of 1. Again factorial of 1 equal to 1 into factorial of 0. Okay, like in this way we are going to calculate the finally factorial of 0 equal to 1. Okay, so in this way in order to calculate the factorial we are going to use the recursion. Okay, then recursive function means the recursive function is a function that calls itself again and again in the body of the function. Recursive function always contain an if-else statement instead of loop statements. Generally, in order to design a recursive function, we are going to follow the rules. Okay, that is, first one is determine the base case, and the second one is determine the general case, and at the same time, a third one is combine the base case and a general case into a function. Okay, so here, for example, recursive function on based on the factorial, I'm going to take one based on the functions main. Before the main I'm going to take int fact, that is within the brackets I'm going to take one arguments int n. Again within the main I'm going to take variables like int n or int f. Again I'm going to enter the value from keyboard. Again I'm going to scan if n less than 0, then printf enter positive value, else I'm going to calculate the f equal to factorial of n. Okay, so again I'm going to print the factorial of given number is f, and then when there is a there is a function call is there f equal to or fact of n. Okay, see here I am going to write the before the main I am going to write the some function definition, that is long. I am going to take int or long int. If I take long int in the function declaration, here also I am going to take long int or fact within the brackets I am going to take parameter int n, and if n less than or equal to 0, return 1, else return n into fact of n minus 1. Okay, so this is for some basic example program for the factorial of given number by using recursive approach. Okay, so thank you.